the family lived in Richmond, California, in the Bay Area, and they had a service station. And in the 50s, he was kind of having a midlife crisis and didn't want to be in Richmond. He wanted to do something else, and found a small property in Winters with a young prune orchard on it. And so he bought that and commuted on weekends to work until it was old enough that it was producing. And so my family, at that point, my dad was, I think, 12 years old. My dad left Winters after high school for college, and then he came back to Winters and started farming with another local family, the Button family. He's been farming, my dad's been farming with the Buttons for, I think it's about 35 years.
Well, the biggest thing it taught myself and all my brothers was how to work. I mean, when we were working in the summer, during the summer, our dad would have us out there at 6 in the morning working with everyone, you know, till 4:30, sometimes 6.
Never had any pressure on any of us, which in hindsight I can appreciate a little bit more, having, you know, for him having 3 sons. If we all did leave and none of us came back, I'm sure he would have been a little bit disappointed, but he never mentioned that, or we never picked up on that growing up. Yeah, I thought I wanted to be a cowboy when I was younger, so because I thought plants were boring. I saw what my dad did. I just thought it was boring to be a farmer, because plants don't move, they don't do anything. My mom actually recommended to take a viticulture class, so I did that. After that, I just really liked the production side of it, the winemaking, and just went full steam into the wine. My original plan was just to enjoy the wine industry. Didn't really have a plan on doing wine as a profession. It was more enjoy it, travel, work for other people, and then come back and then just work on the ranch. And kind of through the process, I found out that there was really no reason we couldn't grow really good grapes here, and put a business plan together for what it would take to put in a vineyard and a tasting room and a winery. And it kind of just took off from there. Short-term goals is to make good wine, build the brand, and have this business stand on its own. I'd like to keep this winery small. I would like to continue farming. I'd love to grow the vineyard faster than I'd like to grow the winery. It's a matter of just getting other wineries to start up in this area, selling fruit over to Napa, other areas. If we can plant some more grapes, I'd be happy with that. Take the best of the best for our own programs here, and sell the rest. That was important for me personally, just to not just come back and kind of follow in my dad's footsteps. You know, he's built a great business, and I'm glad to be part of that, but it's nice to have something else to offer on my own, something, accomplishment that I worked on, and something new, something that I ventured into that can bring to this area.
When I went off for college, I didn't want to have anything to do with agriculture. I had worked on the family farm for, every summer since I was 11. And so I went to college, wanted to do sports medicine, kind of realized after less than a year, that that's not what I wanted to do. And, kind of thought back on, growing up on the farm, being out in the country and everything, and it wasn't looking half bad. And specifically one class where it was a sensory evaluation of wine, and we were doing this test to discover where our threshold for bitterness was. I didn't even have a scale for where I was because I can't detect bitterness, which meant I was never going to be a good winemaker because I wouldn't be able to tell if there was any faults in the wine. And that, coupled with I just didn't really like the winemaking process as much as the cheese making process. I kind of fell more towards the cheese than the wine. So I never actually took a class in cheese making, but just kind of learned hands-on. First, my brother asked me to make him some cheese for their grand opening. And this was when I was getting ready to graduate, and I had no plans when I graduated. So I said, oh, sure, I'll make him some cheese. So I made him about 400 pounds of cheese. And then everyone in town here was really excited about it. And he's like, you gotta, if you want to make cheese, you can keep on doing that. And once I started looking at huge variety of cheeses that are out there, that's when I kind of said, oh, this is kind of cool. And it would be kind of nice to go to Europe or something and spend a couple months learning to make cheese. But you learn a lot every time you make a batch of cheese, and a lot when you fail at making a batch of cheese. Right now I'm just working on new cheeses and developing those and building sales for the company. And then if everything's successful, then it would be nice to have my own little creamery up here, and we'll see. I've always wanted to explore other opportunities before I kind of come back and say, all right, Dad, I want to work with you for a while. So I've just kind of been going off my own and seeing what else is out there.
I'm glad I left and did some traveling and had some other experiences. Small town is great, but you should have the opportunity to leave. If you come back on your own terms, it's fine, but it's the people who never leave, it's a little tough for. So I think we've all had some other experiences and like growing up in winters and like being back.